Hello out there in Music Land. Welcome to another edition of Ranking Something. I guess we'll call it this time. Usually we're ranking albums. Sometimes we're ranking a artist's best songs. But today we're going to do something just a little bit different. We're going to rank songs entitled Photograph. It was weird. It came to me the other day when I was listening to a couple songs on the radio, came across, and I heard Photograph, and then a little while later, I heard another song, Photograph, and it started to dawn on me, wow, there's a lot of good songs that are entitled Photograph. So went through and dug it up, went through some research, and got 6 songs here. There's a few more out there, but these were the ones to me that stood out that people would probably know and be aware of for the most part. I got one kind of a dark horse in here, but it's so good I had to just share it. But so we got 6 songs entitled Photograph. We're going to start off ranking them from our least favorite to our favorite. Number 6 here, we'll go that route. That's going to be done by Ed Sheeran, who came out with the song Photograph in 2014. It reached number 10 on the charts. Interesting on this one, it was reported that he was being sued by songwriters Martin Harrington and Thomas Leonard, who wrote Matt Cardle's 2011 single "Amazing." Um, so they said that there was amazingly similarity between the chorus of "Amazing" and "Photograph." And eventually, that lawsuit was privately settled in 2017 with no admission of guilt. Later on, Sharon was quoted as saying he should have fought it because he felt that he should have won. He just didn't want to make a big scene about it. So, give or take, yeah, it's top 10 song. I guess you can't argue with that. But out of the ones above it, this is definitely my least favorite of the lot. So we got number 6, Ed Sheeran's version. Number 5, we're gonna go back down to the Canadian band Nickelback. Now, this song was everywhere back in 2005 when it came out, and it went all the way up to number 2. So this will be the second highest charting song of the title Photograph that we come across here. It was written by Chad Kroeger and was the first single from the 2005 All the Right Reasons album, which kind of is where Nickelback reached their pinnacle, their peak, with a Diamond release. And after that, each subsequent release, they sold less and less. And haven't had a certified album since 2011's Here and Now. So just to look back at an autobiographical look at nostalgia is what this song is. And definitely remember seeing it in concert when Nickelback played. It must have been the next year. It must have been that same tour. And they had like a collage in the background playing of all these different photographs and stuff. So, pretty cool song. I mean, as much as people do rag on Nickelback, I'd say this is probably one of their best songs, no doubt. So that's my number 5, Nickelback's Photograph. Number 4, this is the one that not too many people are aware of. The British band, The Outfield, the three-piece band, released their version of Photograph in 2004, which was written by John Spinks, the guitar player who pretty much wrote every song for The Outfield. Came out on the album Anytime Now, which was a weird album for them. It came out in 2004 initially as a web-only release. You can get it like on their website, download the music, whatever have you. Then he ended up 2 years later, they did release a CD of it. Really hard to find now. If you find one, it's very, very expensive. But Photograph did appear on both versions because the second version, they added some more tracks onto it. So it has a lot more tracks value for your money there. But if you ever get a chance to listen to this one, you can definitely look it up on YouTube here. It's definitely a great, great song. I really enjoy the Outfields version, but we got 3 more ahead of them that are just a little bit better. So let's go on to our number three. Our number three version of Photograph is the only and the top charting song, the only number one song entitled Photograph to date. And that's Ringo Starr, as he topped the charts with it in 1973. And the song was written by himself and, of course, his former Beatle mate, George Harrison, which Harrison does play on the song. He plays acoustic guitar and background vocals. And many consider it among the best of any post-Beatles songs. So interesting. It was the first single released from the album Ringo, where it comes from. And his next single from that same album, You're 16, also topped the charts. So that's kind of where Ringo kind of hit his peak as a commercially as a artist as well, with the 1973 release, Ringo. So that's our third favorite Photograph song, Ringo Starr, at number three. All right, so that will take us to our number two version of Photograph, which came out in 2001. And that is none other than from the band Weezer. Man, I gotta tell you, this song is about as catchy as can be. But oddly enough, it did not chart on the main Billboard charts. It did reach number 17 on the U.S. alternative charts. It was written by Rivers Cuomo, the third and final single from the Green album. Song featured during the end credits for the 2008 comedy Drillbit Taylor. Song was also played live where over the last few years, drummer Patrick Wilson would come down from the drum kit to sing it, and Rivers Cuomo would go up and play the drums. So they played around with it a little bit when they did play it in concert a few years back. And, you could just see that great production from none other than the Cars, Rick Ocasek. He just really helped Weezer out immensely with the production on this one. He obviously he was also the one that produced their self-titled album, the Blue one. And them and Rick just got along so well and made a lot of great albums together. But you could definitely see you could definitely hear the production quality with Rick there, and everything came together well. This is one of those songs that really sticks in your head pretty good. And that makes our number two for the song Photograph, Weezer. And of course, now we're going to go down to our number one song, which was recorded by none other than Def Leppard back in 1983. Reached number 12 on the Billboard charts, did reach number one on the U.S. rock charts. Was written by Steve Clark, Pete Willis, Rick Savage, Joe Elliott, and Mutt Lange, who helped produce the album. Came from Pyromania. This was the album that really put him on the map. It was the lead single and the song that really introduced me to the band. When I first heard this song on the radio, I'll tell you, this one has never let go. It's grabbed me, and I've held on ever since. Man, what was that? 41 years ago. Amazing. Still played live by the band today. Obviously, this is still probably they're quite possibly their signature song. As far as songs go that fans aren't really sick of yet. Obviously, that honor would definitely go to Pour Some Sugar on Me. I think that song's been played to death, and people appreciate this song a lot more. And so does the band, obviously, as they play it. They always close the show with it. This is just the way they end their shows because they know this is their best song, and this is just the way that they do things. And what a great song. And no doubt, after listening to all these versions of Photograph, there's no doubt Def Leppard was not going to be topped. It's a number one song entitled Photograph. So we're going to do some more of these interesting ones with different song titles, trying to stay away from groups that might have, done the same song as a cover over and over. That's no fun. But this one was unique because it was the same title, but they were all different songs. And we got another one lined up down the road where I'm gonna have some guests come in and discuss their rankings of a couple of these songs that we got that have same titles. And let us know what you think in the comments. We'll be here. Signing off.